Good morning everyone. My name is Chitra Goswami and this video is for the summary of lesson number 66 and the name of the lesson is consolidation. So the objective of the lesson is that students are going to consolidate their learnings on a, an and the articles and adjectives, and the students are going to gain confidence by speaking English without focusing on making mistakes so much. So for the first step, you are going to instruct half the students of the class to log in into their Duolingo account and they are going to practice on Duolingo. The other half of the students you are going to call and you are going to ask them to make a group around you. And then you are going to ask them about their learning in FEA and in Duolingo, and you are going to motivate them to keep growing in their lives. And you are going to instruct the students that only half of the students of this session are going to practice today. So our job is to cheer the students who are practicing and so that they can grow in their learning. For the second step, you are going to write a few incorrect statements on the whiteboard and you are going to ask the students of why that statements are incorrect and the explanation why. So you have to emphasize on the explanation more than making it a correct statement. Third step, you are going to make pairs of the students and then you are going to ask the students to open their SAB. So after the students have opened their SAB, you are going to call on a student to read the example given in the SAB and you are going to ask how did the statement change when the adjective was added to the statement. And then you are going to give the pairs 10 minutes to add adjectives to the other statements given in the SAB. You are going to take responses for that and then you are going to encourage the students for their further learning. Fourth step, you are going to conduct a very fun activity, and for this activity you are going to ask all the students to write at least 2 statements on a piece of paper about themselves. So these statements are supposed to be about their personality and each statement should have an adjective word in it. Now you are going to collect all the note cards from the students and then you are going to redistribute the note cards in the classroom. So whoever gets the note card has to guess which student is described in the note card, and the twist is that while writing the note card you should not show your note card to anyone so that it becomes more interesting, and the class will be getting 2 chances to guess which student has written the note card. You are going to start the 5th step by explaining the concept of dear time to the students. So the dear time concept means drop everything and read. So in this designated period of time, the students are going to drop everything that they are doing and they are going to read for a while. So you are going to explain the benefits of reading, such as they can increase their vocabulary or they can enhance their communication and comprehension skills, and it can also increase their imagination or creative levels. After the students are done reading, the facilitator is going to take the responses of the class. It's a class discussion and then you are going to ask for the experiences of their first dear time. Now you are going to ask the students one question. The question is, imagine that you are in Priya's shoes or in Priya's condition. Now in this situation, what will you do? Would you prioritize honesty and risk losing the job opportunity, or will you hide the truth to get the job opportunity? And you have to explain the reasoning as well. So now you are going to conduct a very fun energizer for the students, and the name of the energizer is multiples of 3. You are going to instruct the students to stand in a circle. Now they are going to go around the circle counting, but when the multiple of 3 comes, they have to clap. For example, 1, 2 clap, 4, 5 clap. Once they have mastered in the multiple of 3, you can increase the number by 5 or 6 or 7. The second part of the lesson is typing lesson 9 lower row, and for this lesson the students have 2 options. So for the students who are fluent with touch typing, they are going to be doing the replacing coaching part of the lesson, and if the students are not very fluent with touch typing, they can go forward with typing lesson 9. So for typing lesson 9 lower row, the lesson starts by instructing the students to watch the AV of the lesson. So there are 2 AVs in the lesson, one in English and one in Hindi. You can choose any AV according to the English level of your students. You are going to display the AV in one screen for the whole class to watch. After the students are done watching the AV, you are going to instruct the students for practice time. So now for practice time, you are going to instruct the students to sit with their partner. So firstly, the students are going to place their fingers in the home row. Then you are going to tell the students that when I call out the alphabets of the lower row, you are going to try to stretch your fingers from the home row to the lower row. And your partner can give you feedback if you are moving your fingers correctly or not. second step, you're going to instruct the students to log in into Typing Master, and they can finish the activities of the lesson 3, 4 and 5, and their partner can provide them feedback while they are typing. After some time, you can remind them to switch their seat with their partner and finish their activities. After the typing practice, you're going to call on 3 or 4 students. You're going to ask them a question that how are you feeling about your typing progress so far? Replacing coaching part of the lesson, you are going to instruct the students that they will be practicing on a skill that they want to learn, and they have to think about 2 things: which skill they will be practicing on and what is the first step for learning that skill according to them. You can also add that for today they can work on something related to emails or job apps. So now for the next 20 minutes, the students are going to practice on their digital skills. They can do this either on the laptop or on their smartphones as well. So if they have any query, they can research it online, or they can also ask their classmates. Lastly, you are going to conduct a TPS activity, and the questions for the TPS are: did you accomplish your goal? Why and why not? And the next question is: what challenges did you run into today and how did you try to solve them? After taking the responses for these questions, you are going to acknowledge the students for what they did well in the session, and you are going to conduct the pledge. Thank you so much.